Yeah, anything you want to know, just leave it down below. Anything you want to know, leave it down below. Well, good morning everyone. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We have done a few of these before, but I thought it's been a long time since I've done a Q&A, so let's get into the questions. I've got 10 questions that over the time people have asked me, and I thought I would talk to you about them today. I'm currently in the car with little Monty, and we are just out and about today and just killing some time. Waiting for Mel and an appointment, so I thought I would run through the top 10 questions that I've been asked recently. And if you've got a question for me, leave it down below and I will be regularly doing a Q&A. Yeah. Let's get into the video. Okay, so I've got my phone in front of me here, so excuse me if I'm kind of changing direction and looking at my phone. So let's kick off this video with question number 1. Okay, question number 1 is, how do I find sharing a van with someone? Now, this is an interesting question because I've been sharing the van with Mel for a few months now. We've been to Wales, we've been to Cornwall, and in between those trips, we've also been to Kent a couple of times as well. So consistently, we've probably been sharing his van together for a good 3 months now. Most of the time, I really enjoy it. I must admit, there are a couple of times where there are some issues that are a bit of a sticking point. It's really different for me because I've never shared that much time with anyone in a small space before. So you kind of have to learn each other's routines, and we've worked out a system now that he gets up and does what he needs to do. Like, he gets up, goes to the toilet, brushes his teeth, makes his coffee, gets dressed. And sometimes he'll get his breakfast separately as well if he wants something different to me. Then he comes up onto the bed and sits, and I then get up and I brush my teeth, do my beauty routine, go to the toilet if I need to, get dressed, and then I start cooking. Once you're sharing a space with someone, my recommendation would be figure out how they want to do their day, you speak how you want to do your day, and you kind of come with a compromise and figure it out. Because in a medium wheelbase at least, or something smaller, you both can't do things at the same time. It's just impossible. So you need to work out who's going to take turns in doing stuff and then plan your day through that. If you're out of the van, it's no problem at all because you've got all the space of outside. But specifically in the morning, if you want to share some space, then you have to work out a routine. And the same goes for the evening. So you have to have a certain routine in order to function, because otherwise you're just going to bump into each other all the time, argue, or just be frustrated with everything that's around you, because everything has to have a place. And the same with the people that are sharing that space. You have to have a routine to make things work. So I hope that has answered that question. And if you have any tips, then leave them down below. Okay, let's go on to question 2. Okay, so question 2 is, do I have a routine before settling down for the night? And that actually works quite well leading on from question 1. And yes, I do have a routine, and again, we work it together. So we come in from the day's work or whatever we've been doing that day, we make tea, cook tea, have that, and then we wash up and put everything away so that it's a clean slate. Then we both brush our teeth, get ready for bed, and then the evening is just relaxed then, and we don't have to worry about doing anything. I always take little boy out for a toilet and a little walk. So I do that, and then I settle down for the evening. So I get, you know, face washed, have a shower or a wash, whatever I feel like I need to do. And I will, you know, get a book or get my iPad, or we'll often watch like YouTube videos together. We like to watch quite a few different channels on YouTube. So we support other van lifers as well, and we love to see what they're getting up to. We also do safety checks, so we make sure that all the windows are shut just in case it rains during the night. We always have the vent of the ceiling open, and we've got these little side windows in the bedroom area, so we always make sure that they're locked but that the vents are open so we've got airflow. And then yeah, just lock all the doors and just make sure that everything's where it should be. Safety also means that you put things before you go to bed where you know they are. So keys, your phone, your wallet, things like that, they all have their place in the van. so that if you need to get up and move off in a hurry, you know exactly where you can put your hand to them and you can go and move on if you need to. And then we often have a chat with a cup of tea before settling down to bed. So it's pretty good, you know, gentle routine. Okay, question 3 is, please can I do more healthy cooking ideas? And yes, I will be planning on doing more cooking videos, and especially recently I have just started back on my keto eating, because I started it roughly around this time last year and it came up to Christmas, and then I kind of fell off the bandwagon. And you know how it is, you kind of indulge in a few things and then your willpower goes and you kind of drift through the rest of the year. And since my dog passed, I've really been not eating very well, and for the last few weeks I've just not been feeling that healthy. So I thought, right, I'm going to get back on the healthy wagon, because I've always been very health conscious, and I have an autoimmune disease, so I have to make sure that I don't let myself go too far, because otherwise that really affects my condition. So I have been starting to do a specific healthy eating lifestyle change, and yeah, I will be happy to share that with you and give you some great tasty recipes that I've learnt over the last few weeks. And even the last week or so, I've noticed such a difference. I've already lost a bit of weight. Excess fluid has been coming away, and then what will happen is, as the time goes on, my fat will change into muscle. So I will keep you informed about my journey, and it may be something that I actually make more videos on. So yeah, let me know if that's something that you would like to see, because I'm really interested in nutritional health and getting fitter and having more knowledge about the best things to do for your body in a healthy way. Not dieting, not starving yourself, not doing anything crazy, but just good wholesome food and just keeping away from processed stuff. So yeah, I will be looking forward to doing more recipes and cooking in the van, and just, yeah, little simple things that you can do to change up what you eat and what you do. So yeah, we will be doing that definitely. Question 4 is, what's the best food storage ideas for being in a van? Now, I've already been struggling with this because Mel's van is quite small. He built his van not with cooking in mind. You know, he was a single bachelor man, and that's one of the things that I've been struggling with, is that the kitchen and the storage isn't food orientated, it's more just essential. So there's not much storage space. So what I've been finding is that when I come to put stuff away, there isn't much space. So I've had a couple of like sealed bags that food comes into that are packets. They're good, but only if the seal lasts for long enough. If they start to come apart and the food is open to the air, then I will just get rid of those packets. And I actually decant a lot of my food into glass storage containers. Yes, they're heavier, but it means that you can see exactly what it is, that you put little labels on them if you want, but they're all regular and uniform size, so you know what space you need to allocate for them. And at a glance, you can quickly grab up what it is that you need and get it out and cook with it. In my future videos of van storage, I will actually do a full video of how I organise everything, and do a complete video just on that, because again, since I've been eating more healthy, I've had to switch up what foods I buy and what foods I need to store. So more on that in another video. Question 5 is, what tips do I have in how to organise the van? My tip would be, try and allocate things within the van to do with the area of what you're doing in that specific place. So, for instance, for me, 2 plastic tubs, 2 lockers, and 1 food tub. Everything else is all Mel's. So when I'm getting dressed or I need to access something when I'm in the main cab area, I simply go under the bench and I pick out my clothes, which are in 1. Clothes, hats, shoes, whatever I need. I basically have quite a minimal wardrobe, so that I know that when I'm grabbing something out, it's easy and quick and I haven't got to rummage around, and I've got storage for everything that I need. I keep all my clothes in little capsule bags, so again it just compresses it to make sure that you've got extra room, whereas if they were just loose in there I'd probably lose half the space because they're just strewn all over the place. So capsule bags for my clothes. I also have hat, a scarf, you know, my swimming costume, and depending on what season it is I will just flip those in and out. The box underneath my clothes is where I keep my bag, my Kindle, you know, things that I need to access my diary, just like accessory things that aren't clothes but that are still important in the van, so I keep them there. Up above me in that same area is my wash cupboard. So I've got my towel, my flannel, my wash kit, my shower, my shiwi, and my pee bottle. Anything to do with shower or hygiene is all kept together in that one place, so that when I'm washing or when I'm cleaning my teeth or whatever, it's all in one place, and I can only be in that main cabin area to use all those things anyway, so they're right easy to hand and I just reach up and I access them all there. Now the other area that I have is the little food storage tub, which is underneath the gas hob, sorry. And I just reach out that tub and it's got all my, you know, my essential foods. Monty's dog treats, I keep my nutritional yeast, I keep my salts, my spices, my herbs, all in there. So anything that is not fresh, I keep in there. So I keep all of that in one tub. So when I'm cooking and I need something like from my spice cupboard or from my ingredient cupboard, I get it out from there. And that leads me to the final storage area that I use in the van, and that is a overhead cupboard which is in the bedroom area, and that is purely for anything that I want to access while I am in the bed. So I don't need to get out of bed once I go down and get ready for bed. I can just reach up, get my book, get my phone, like I said, any charge cables I keep up in there so it's nice and tidy. I also keep my oracle cards up there, my crystals, a few DVDs if we want to sit down and watch a DVD in the evening. And what else do I keep in there? A notebook and a spare pair of pyjamas and my sort of essential oils or tablets or anything that I need if I've got an upset stomach or a headache or anything like that. I just keep everything readily available so that if I need to grab something in the middle of the night or as I'm settling down for bed, I've got it all there. So it just makes sense that each area has its own cupboard storage rather than it being strewn all over in different places. You go to one area, you know that everything is there all in one place. Okay, question number 6, and that is, what do I do for a living? Well, this has been coming up quite a few times recently because I've had quite a few rude troll kind of people saying, oh, I'm a waste of space, I don't do anything, I cream everything off my parents, and that couldn't be further from the truth. But yeah, anyway, what I do for a living is I am a professionally trained massage therapist, and I've been a therapist for coming on 7 years now. I used to be a builder, like I've said in previous videos, but I wanted to retrain and learn a holistic treatment and holistic way of living from my own experiences really with my own health, and I wanted to give back to my community and to the people around me with something that I thought I was good at. So yeah, I retrained. I took quite a few years to learn my training and get all the certificates and everything. So I started on this journey of holistic health quite a long time ago, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, I have a treatment room and I have regular clients that come to me, and I basically try and help them feel healthier, fix their bodies, give them more education in how to maintain their health and their posture. And yeah, so I do all different types of treatments. I do deep tissue, trigger point, MET, which is muscle energy technique. I do work with hot stones, but in a completely different style than what people standardly know hot stones as. I don't use it in that form at all. I use it with my sports massage. So the massages that I offer are much deeper than, you know, your average spa massage. And I also incorporate my energy work in it as well. So if people want to have something on a deeper level, then I incorporate that as well. And I'm actually going to be retraining very soon in the new year, and I'm actually going to be doing a Reiki course as well, so I will be a Reiki master coming in January 2022. So that is really exciting because it's been something that I've wanted to do for many years. It will be something that I will be incorporating with my travels as time goes on. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but it will be something that I would like to do. A massage van maybe one day in the future. I've been umming and ahhing about it for a long time, so if I can make it happen, then I'm going to somehow make it so that I can put a treatment couch in the van and offer services when I'm traveling. Or I might sort of set up a base in certain areas as I travel around, and people can come to me in a spa centre or something like that. But this is me just talking about ideas for now. It's just me, you know, expanding on the question. You've got any queries about your health or your muscles, or you've got pains or aches or anything, by all means leave a comment back down below and I can push you in the right direction of where to go to seek help. And yeah, I would definitely recommend, if you've never had a massage or you don't have regular treatments, give it a go, because once you find that person that works with you and that you connect with and that you trust ultimately, and that is good at what they do, you can find that you get so much better health from your body because it's fluid, it's moving, things are, you know, connecting correctly, you're not getting any pain signals, and we all want to be happy in our bodies. And sometimes it just takes a little bit of extra thinking about what you want to do to prolong your life. I get a lot of my clients say that they'd wish they'd done it sooner. You know, all the aches and pains that they had, they were really seriously worried were more medical conditions, and they weren't. They were just muscular issues or posture issues for a lot of people. And if you suffer from lots of aches and pains or bad posture, or just have, you know, a misalignment issue, then massage can be a huge relief and can often reverse the effects as well. Not always, but sometimes it can. So yeah, that's what I do for a living. Okay, question 7. What do I love most about living in a van? I don't even have to think about it, is that I can open my doors when we go away and the beach is right in front of me, and I can just step out and go down and enjoy the ocean and the coast. That is my ultimate destination every time we go out. That was the main goal of me getting into van life, was that I just wanted to be by the sea and by beaches. I'm gonna just be traveling around the UK and just heading to beaches and coastal sites all the time. So expect to see more coastal areas as this next year unfolds. And yeah, that's my top thing about living in a van, is the beaches. Question number 8 is following on from that question, and it's, what do I hate most about living in a van? And I would say the top thing I hate most is being cold and having to step out of the van and either walk Monty in the freezing cold evening or the freezing cold morning. And that's already been happening quite a lot since the weather has changed. And I actually didn't have to do that last year because I hadn't moved into my van yet. But already, that's what I hate the most, is the fact that you've got no porch, you've got no extra room to go to. It's literally open the door, and what heat you have in the van, it quickly escapes. So you learn to quickly whack your shoes on, whack your coat on, open the door, shut the door and go. Do what you need to do, get the dog walked and get him toileted, and then get back in as soon as you can. So yeah, I just don't like the fact that you can quickly change temperature just from opening that door. And you can lose a lot of heat as well from having your door open for a while. So I don't like that about van life. But other than that, everything else I can kind of work with because it has so many more benefits. Okay, question 9 is, are you doing another van build? And if so, when? So I have actually got a van build planned for the new year, and it's a much smaller van. So any guesses, leave them down below. And this van build is going to be completely different because I have learned so much about what I want and what I don't want in a van. And I'm literally turning the layout and the way I live in the van upside down. I'm thinking very basic, and I thought I would never say that because I've seen so many other van channels, including vancityvanlife, which is Chrome. If you haven't seen his channel or been watching him, go and check him out. He's just a real inspiration, and I love watching his videos. And he has a very simple van in terms of how he lives within it. So I'm thinking more along the lines of his kind of setup. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, I'll leave a link up to his channel up here, and you can go and check him out, and by all means subscribe, because he's a great guy, and I'm always watching his stuff. So that's that. So question number 10 is, what's your next top purchase for van life? Now I'm thinking that I would like to get a sup board and a paddle and a wetsuit, because when we were in Cornwall and Wales, all the time that we were on the beaches and by the water, I was just desperate to spend as much time as possible in the water. But the downside was that it was so cold, so I could probably only be in the water for about 15-20 minutes consistently in my swimming costume. And while we were in Cornwall, I actually went to quite a few surf shops in Newquay, because obviously it's known for its surf shops, and I wished I'd filmed it, but you could have laughed your head off seeing me trying to struggle into these wetsuits, because as you can imagine, I'm very short and I'm very curvy, and standard sizes just didn't fit me. So bless Mel, he was stood outside the changing room, and I was like huffing and puffing trying to get this wetsuit on. And you know, he was just giggling away because he was like, "Oh, are you finished yet?" I'm like, no, I haven't even got it up past my thighs yet, let alone anywhere else. So that was a fail. And since then I've been trying to get hold of a wetsuit that would fit my curves, and I've been unsuccessful. So if any of you guys know out there where I can go to get a petite curvy wetsuit, then please let me know, because it's been a real struggle, because I would love to be able to get into the ocean during this winter season as well, because I'd like to have a 5mm wetsuit so that I can be out on the water with my surfboard and just be in the water as much as possible, or a kayak even, because we're still talking about getting a kayak. But anyway, surfboard for now, I think. So yeah, do I go custom fit or do I just go for a shop bought one? Because so far the shop bought ones, they're not the right size, and I just feel very self-conscious trying on the wetsuits, because you know there's a lot of me, you know, and I don't think that's going to change particularly anytime soon. I'm still going to have my curves and my height, but it's just all of the ones that I was trying on, they were for like quite average height people and a much smaller build. So maybe custom fit is the way to go. But please let me know, because I would be genuinely interested to know if any of you women out there, or if any of your girlfriends or wives have had similar problems, and what you've found to come over this problem. You know, are there any makes or particular companies that are specialized in doing this? Do I have to have one and have it specially made for me? Do I need to go for a fitting, blah blah blah? So I would be genuinely interested to know how you've overcome this issue, because I seriously would love to get a wetsuit, because it would just be a game changer for me. Mel needs one, but he's pretty easy to find because he's had wetsuits before, so he knows his size, he knows the makes that suit him. And yeah, surfboard and wetsuit are the next purchase that I really want to do. If this is something that you would regularly like to see, can't say that word, then please give me a thumbs up down below and say yes please. Yeah, anything you want to know, just leave it down below. Anything you want to know, leave it down below. I think that rhymes, that's brilliant. We will see you in the next one. Thanks.